Ne? Tamam. Beni çağırabilir misiniz?
Ekranımı kaydettim. Neden? Yes, yes, I did. Okay. Question. Welcome again. I'm waiting for the boys to attend. While waiting, I can remind you that we are going to talk about economics right now. And for the next session, we are going to talk about health. And at the last session today, we are going to sum up the day, okay? We are going to briefly take notes about what did we talk about each unit, each session, how was it, and what is the conclusion for that, okay? Our first question is going to be, what are the effects of the precautions that taken during the breakout, okay, for the economy? How did it affected the economy? How do you think it affected? We are going to talk about it, but I guess we are all four right now. Okay, Abdurrahman is here. Evet, yes. Okay, let's start talking. The first question, I repeat it. What are the effects of precautions to economy during this breakout? How did it affect us? Yes, Sarah.
We said too many restrictions were made by the governments. Its aim was restrict the people to go out, but at the same time, it affect the employees and the employer in an economical way. So many businesses were closed. So many employees lost their jobs. Most people's jobs were not appropriate to the new precautions, and that's why they're suffering. But some jobs which are related with health earn more than usual. It causes the inequality in economy, I think. Also, we can say that the governments are different. They are as bad as citizens. Economy is getting worse. Shortly, we can say that that virus killed economy either.
Yeah, you're right. Mariam?
And for fighting with coronavirus, we had to close bazaar and some of factory, and some of them didn't close, but they decreased employee number in factory. Of course, due to decrease in production, export is hindered, and in the bazaar, owner of store have to be closed their stores, and this causes to be decrease the owner's incomes. Because of this, unemployment is increased, and some of the companies went down, and this affected most of society.
We couldn't hear the last part, Mariam, because I think there was a shortage in your internet. But
Problem. There was a connection problem. This owner of store have to be closed their stores, and this causes to be decrease the owner's incomes. Because of this, unemployment is increased, and some of the companies went down. This affected most of society.
yes, thank you very much. Okay. Abdulrahman, yes, you were, yes.
Yeah, according to the question, the effect of the economy is all the businesses are down. The country's economy has been devastated. It has also sparked fears of an impending economic crisis and recession. Social distancing, self-isolation, and travel restrictions forced a decrease in the workforce across all economic sectors and caused many jobs to be lost. Schools have closed down, and the need of commodities and manufactured products has decreased.
Yes. Yes, Shawan.
They affected the economy from different channels like agriculture, petroleum and oil, finance industry, or entertainment industry. And this side of the virus problem is such a survival issue for the countries because economy is meaning surviving for a country. So now producing is stopping and also unemployment becoming a big problem. And I want to give examples from different countries about unemployment. So in January and February 2020, in Wuhan, about 5 million people in China lost their job. And because of the outbreak, it could cost 27 million jobs in the United States. So in India, tens of millions of migrant workers unemployed, and nearly 900,000 workers lost their job in Spain. And also, there are countries who provide the jobs from tourism sectors, and because of the tourism sector's incomes are now having losses. Um, the countries who have provided their jobs from tourism, like Mexico, also affected badly from this situation.
Okay, thank you. And Turkey is also a country which has economic importance. The tourism has economic importance in Turkey too. It's really important for us because we have many tourists during the summer, and it's a real income for Turkey. So the next question is about this. What is going to happen? What do you think will happen? Right now, we are in summer, as it's the 3rd of June. So how do you think it's going to affect tourism right now? And do you think people are going to have holiday today, these days, this year, this time of the year? If it was a normal life, many of us would be making our holiday plans at the moment. But right now, most of us are not having any holiday plan because we are afraid of the virus. And this is going to affect the economy, of course. Question is, how the tourism companies or facilities are going to take precautions to make people have holidays. They have to convince them that it is safe to be on holiday right now. And we are a country of that has many tourists from the other countries. We used to have many tourists from abroad, but this year probably even the Turkish people are not going to have their holidays in touristic places. So what precautions or what can make us to convince, what advertisement would convince you to go on a holiday in a facility? Yes, Sarah.
There will be some precautions which is appropriate to the social distancing. For example, often buffets won't be exist anymore. The hotels will not accept customers more than their half of the capacity. Everyone has to keep their social distances with each other, etc. That's why I don't think the holidays will be comfortable as much as they were. It is not possible with these kind of precautions. That's why we can say that tourism has killed by the coronavirus as well, and it affects our economy in a bad way.
Yeah.
Again.
Yes. Any other idea? No. Yes, Abdurrahman, sorry.
Yes, I think this will affect the tourism companies. The security measures taken by tourism companies will lead to many changes in the quality of services provided to the people. Tourism's cost will increase, facilities will be reduced. In many countries, the sector may end, and this will be very tough for every country for the economy.
Yeah, okay. We talked about tourism, and probably it's going to affect all the countries, and most of the countries have a real big income of tourists, like, I don't know, Italy, maybe Spain. Many people go there and they have real income for the tourism, but right now they're not going to handle it. No one is going to take the risk. Yes, Jawad.
Maybe the countries should provide the incomes from other industries, because making people to come their countries all day is just risking their health. So maybe we can assume it as an option to, like, the country is now thinking about how to adjust the incomes, because this year tourism will be not so active. We all know that, and there will be big losses. So maybe we can get incomes from another industries.
Okay. Yes, Sarah.
I agree with Shevval, but I know that the tourism is not okay for these times. But she said we can focus on the other industries, but which ones? Can she give us example?
Instead of tourism, what other
Yes.
opportunities may help our for the many countries' economy to heal itself, because right now all the countries are in bad condition. Actually, we are not alone at this point. So instead of tourism, what can be done?
Maybe we can export more things to the abroads, maybe.
Okay. Import and export might be taught, but on the other hand, as we are having bad situation in economy, other countries are too having the same situation. So they don't have money to buy things from us.
But for this year, I think going holiday is just risky and can cause the second wave in the country. And so having fun or our health is more important. We have to think about that, I think.
Maybe we may try to be more productive this year, like agriculture, right?
Yes.
We used to import a lot of goods from the other countries, a lot of food from other countries. Maybe this year we may try to produce and cultivate our own goods instead of importing them from other countries, because when you want to import something, you need money, and we don't have money right now. So instead of doing that, maybe we can try to produce our own goods. We can try to cultivate or grow our own goods this year. This might be, I don't know, alternative something. Okay. What about, let's talk about the economic opportunities. What did you observe during these 2 months in our country that normally we don't buy, but, or we can say we don't buy too much, but during this condition, we have spent a lot of money on some goods, right? So this is, let's talk about those. How is it going in your homes? How is it going buying things? Yes. Shall I?
While we're sitting our homes and getting bored, we feel a need to buy some things like online shopping. We are online shopping and feeling great, like we did something. I don't know the reason actually, but people started to more shopping than before the coronavirus.
Do you think that's an issue for economy right now? I mean, which jobs are, you just mentioned that because of the economy, many employees have lost their jobs and many employers have closed their factories or their shops or many things. But there are some jobs that has the advantage of the crisis. They have the advantage of the virus. Which are those departments and who are those
like
people?
People who produce healthcare materials. Healthcare materials, yes. They're taking advantage of this situation. And I think it's also the delivery industry. I don't know the word. They're doing so much work while we are online shopping, and they're also getting advantage, I think.
Do you think, I'm asking this question to all of you, do you think this virus thing made new jobs to come up? Before the virus, we didn't have some of the jobs we see around us, but right now there's a section, there's a department, new departments of jobs around us. Like delivery, yes. We used to have it, but not this much. Right now, they work a lot. What else do we have? Sarah?
Pharmacies maybe, or who's selling some masks, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Doctors, maybe. Actually, they were like that before the coronavirus, but now they have more pressure on them. I think like that.
Okay. Before the virus thing come up, yes, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, I think advantages are taken by grocery stores, those who are selling stuffs, items, and the pharmacy, the pharmacist, and the delivery guys, and many other more, many small things, like all about the mostly doctors and the grocery stores. They're taking advantage of this, and the other things, the shopping, it is not like before. The one who has money, they are doing shopping, but the one who cannot afford, they stopped doing shopping right now for their save or food for their team. So I think the grocery stores and this for the doctors, they are more important right now. They are taking advantage of that. Shopping is not that much important right now.
Yes, I think the delivery is become an important issue right now. It's a growing industry at the moment, as Shehwal said, because I myself too, I just order my green grocery things, my vegetables online. I don't go to the grocery markets, or I don't go and use the bazaars, which are closed at the moment. Most of them are closed because of the virus, or you are just you wear your mask and you wear your gloves, and you are just allowed in limited times, and limited people are allowed to go and do shopping. That's why I just order my vegetables online, and my grocer, he himself brings my vegetables in packages. This is also an industry, because before we used to go to bazaars or markets and we bought things in bags, right? We put them in bags and we bought them. But right now there are packages which are stuffed with the things, and who are producing that package is also taking advantage of the industry right now, right? There are different kind of things that, I mean, people lost their jobs, but on the other hand, some people are having opportunity to earn money. For instance, the colony that we use became popular at the moment. What do you think about, another question, most needed things are at the moment are our masks, right? Or the things that we use to disinfect our hands, right? The soaps or other things. What do you think and what do you feel about their prices getting higher day by day? Like 2 months ago, we used to buy a bottle of colony, maybe like 10 Turkish liras, but at the moment, if you try to buy, it's like 20. So it's double in the price. As well, the healthcare materials, the hand creams, or I don't know, other things, the soap, anything that we try to protect ourselves is almost double in the price right now. Of course, there are two reasons for that. First of all, most of them are made in Turkey, but their ingredients are brought from abroad. And because the economy is not good, the prices are high, the taxes are high, so it's also becomes higher prices in front of us. And the second reason, which is unfortunately we are opposed to, that people who sell these things are making advantage of us. Because of the crisis, because of the virus, people are afraid of getting affected, right? So this is the reason for you to protect your health. You are trying to get a healthcare material, and the people are selling it to you, doubling the price to earn more money. Do you remember in the morning we talk about the vaccination, we talk about the medication, and we said that people are trying to find the cure of the illness. And we said that if a country finds the medicine, how are they going to share it? And I think it was Sarah, she said they don't have to export it, or they don't have to give it to us, or they don't have to produce for us. They can just give us the ingredients, then we can make it in our country. And you didn't agree with her because I think Abdurrahman was the one who said, one of them was Abdurrahman. He said that if the country is poor, he's going to sell it and make the advantage of it, right? Because we are all in economic crisis right now. So why not? Is this loyal? Is this reasonable? What do you think? Could someone make advantage of others, even the issue is health? Yes, Sarah.
I think they had to decrease the prices of this stuff, this medical stuff, instead of increase the prices, make it higher. I think it is completely wrong, and the government must punish them. Maybe the government can give them a new can establish new laws about the opportunists, I don't know the word, who takes advantages from crisis, and I think like that. Yes.
Yes, Shawar.
I know that Russia has freeze the medicine prices, so I think it should be we should be freeze the prices of the vaccine, because there's something like that. If a country can't get the vaccine, then the virus continue to spreading, and that is a risk for the world. If some countries can't get the vaccine, then it's again a risk for all the countries, and we can sell them the prices which they can't afford. So that's why, as Sarah said, we have to put a law about it.
Yeah, it's the kind of domino effect, right?
Yes.
When someone falls down, the rest is going to fall down.
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Mariam, you were going to say something?
Yes, the governments already specified a price for mask price, like mask prices, and this is enough for today, I think, because and the other countries have to do like that, and it's gonna be for vaccine, do like for vaccine.
We're just talking about vaccine, but it's actually what I am trying to. This was an example actually. The vaccination and the medication was an example, but what in general do you think that some people are in bad intention, you know? They don't care about the people who are ill. They just want to make money. They chase the money. So instead of thinking the human being and their problems or trying to help them, they try to make advantage of the situation. You
So
need it, you must have it, and if you want it, you have to pay for it. So this is the mentality of them. Yes, Abdurrahman.
Okay, if a rich country or poor country makes the medicine or the vaccine of coronavirus, uh, they should think loyalty, and even they should think of means for selling them in a good way. Like for example, if some countries are poor, they cannot afford to buy, and some countries they can afford, that we know. For example, the Europe countries, then American countries, most of the countries there, they are rich, so you can charge them more amount. And for those countries, those who are poor, those who cannot afford, we need to sell them in a affordable price so they can easily purchase them and cure the disease. And if a country means make the vaccine and do not sell to the poor countries, maybe if the poor people are like the poor country, this coronavirus will be not cured there. And if any people just for tourists or for anything, it will again transfer everywhere. So it is my suggestion, like if any countries if any country make the vaccine, they need to sell according to the price they can afford.
Okay. Health is not something that we should discuss about this in this situation. You're right. Okay, Ismail.
Thank you. I think government should provide a social safety net so that vulnerable people or have food and other essentials, so that they can keep with them during this crisis. And the World Health Organization and the World Bank have united in a call for a debt relief for developing countries to enable them and to implement the measures. I don't think the kind of selling things, the medical equipments and health equipments to other countries. It should be the World Health Organization to deal this thing and supply to every country that is in need.
Actually, what I'm trying to say is not the providing the medication, but what I want to talk, we are talking about economy right now. What I want you to make comments on is the people who are making advantage of us at the moment. There's an industry right now, and different industries about health, about precaution, care, healthcare, or I don't know, the food industry, anything. They are making advantage of people because you don't have any other chance. You don't have another choice to make. Right now, you can only do this. It's a kind of like, sometimes if you have 2 or 3 different foods in front of you, you can choose the best you like, right? But if I give you just one food, even if you like it or you don't, you are going to eat it instead of dying before of hunger. So it's a kind of situation right now. People know that you have to buy the item, like the mask or the gloves or the disinfection cream or soap or anything. So because they know that you are in need of something, I think they are making advantage of it. So I want to know, what do you think of these people? Yes, Ismail.
I think these people who are taking the advantage of this period, the government should be aware of this. The government should be controlling these things. So people doing without the awareness of the government should be punished.
Yes. What might be the punishments?
Punishment, it depends with the government. It depends with what you've done, what mistake you did.
Yeah. In Turkey, just Abdul Rahman is not in Turkey. The others are in Turkey right now. You know that if you are not allowed, there are some days for different ages to go out and have fresh air right now. Like the age of under 15 are not allowed to go outside apart from Wednesday and Friday, as far as I know. And with the age of 65, if you are over 65, you are not allowed to leave your house if you don't have to. If it's not a must, you should stay at home. They are only allowed to go outside at the weekend, which we were locked down. All of us were locked down at home at the weekends, and just 65 years and older people are wander around and have fresh air. And I know that if you are not in that limitation, I mean, like, it's just on Monday we started to travel around the different cities because the limitations and lockdown is right now we don't have, not for us actually. You are teenagers and you are still under the lockdown. You have to stay at home. But us as adults, we are allowed to go outside right now. But before the Bayram we had, Ramadan, we were not allowed to leave Bursa. And people who are catched outside Bursa were paying an amount of money, and it was a really good amount of money. So do you think paying money is enough punishment for anyone right now? Or what other punishments could be done? Yes, Ismail.
I think that's the most effective way of punishing them, like giving them amount, and like that's the how they punished. And another form of punishment could be like banning them from doing what they did before. That is.
It's another way of punishment. Okay. For the economy session, actually, we are almost at the end of our time. And do you want to add anything? Would you like to add something, Kiram? Okay, let's hear Kiram. Okay.
Good afternoon, guys.
Just a second, please.
Ya da ben buradan konuşayım.
Tamam, geç.
Can you hear me? Okay. Good afternoon, guys. It's really good to listen all of your opinions. I would like to add something. First of all, coronavirus have affected all of the spheres of our life, and especially economy. Like economy has affected in all its concepts, and especially when we have started to talk about tourism, yes, it has affected totally. And I actually had several offers about the sphere. the first thing which we have to do after coronavirus outbreak finishes, it is provide trust to people that right now they can go, they can travel, they can go abroad, and there is all of the world is safe. It's first thing which we have to do. The second thing, I guess, instead of using hotels which we were using before, instead of them we can use summer houses, yes, and it will be individual houses. That's why we will follow these rules which Ministry of Healthcare have told us what is actually social distance. Third thing, it is that we will use. I offer using a stuff which we're using at hotels once. For example, you have a towel, you will use it, and after that you will throw it as a garbage. After that, we have talked about advantages, yes? If we will talk about that, I can say that most spheres which have earned money from it, it is at first pharmacy and agriculture. And as all of you have discussed right now, we have to make all of the prices equal, because most of the traders are making it very high, and people could not be able to take to buy anything like masks and some other necessary stuff. And that's why for provide balance and improvement of economy, we have to make the prices equal at first. And secondly, we have to centralize all of the traders, and also instead of punishing them, because if you will punish anyone, I'm more than sure that this person will make this crime again, because if person is doing it once, he will do it at the second time too. That's why we have to give them kind of moral education, for they not will do some stuff like this in the future. At third, I'm thinking that people, traders are doing this thing because they're not trusting to government. Because if you will trust to your government, you will not do crime, because they are not sure in the tomorrow, because maybe they will not earn the money and they will just lose everything, lose the job, house, and etc. That's why we have to provide trustable relationships between traders and between government. And for it to become true, we have to, how I can say, to sustain, to support small business. Because, for example, airlines, for example, Turkish Airlines will be supported by government. But what about small business? Who will support them? That's why I'm offering to you for government will support small businesses, and that's why they will trust to them, and they will not increase the prices of necessary stuff. I think that's all. And don't forget that you have to say more offers, because we have to write a resolution. So that's all. Thank you. I'm giving the elder to the chair, teacher. And pass.
Okay, we change the seats again. Thank you for this session. Actually, it is a hard topic to talk about, because economy is not really something I'm into, actually. And we are maybe not really aware of what's going on in economy, because we don't follow it very much. Still, we did well, I think. So after a while, now we are just ending the session. It's like 10 minutes later. At 3 o'clock, I would like to see you again, and I would like to discuss the health system this time. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.